This is the SG Subaru Forester. It is often referred to as one of the best Foresters ever made because it shares the front A-arm design with like the WRXs and Imprezas of that era. There is one fatal flaw that is super annoying when you're on the highway: the wind noise. And it all comes from these door gussets right here. They always rip, and it makes it harder to listen to music as well as just enjoy a quiet conversation with your passenger. As it would turn out, Subaru still offers the door gusset assemblies. So today we're gonna dive into this Forester, replace them, and make it quiet on the highway again. The battery light's on. Yeah, the alternator's going. Cool. This car is like an 06, so it's a now 19-year-old car. And that is really what determines that these door gussets go out, especially if you're in a place like New Mexico where it's really dry out here. It has 220K and we're currently going about. And check out how loud the wind noise is. As you can tell, there's quite a bit of wind noise. Now, I sold this car a few years back and the owner drives it from New Mexico to New York. That's 2,000 miles, and on a 2,000-mile trip, that is really annoying. About a week ago, she called me out of the blue just because she wanted to touch base and say goodbye, and I told her that I found out that Subaru made the gussets. Before I knew that, when I sold her the car, we actually went to Home Depot and got some foam weather stripping and added some, as I see on a lot of cars. Like, I would say 60% of the Subaru Foresters I get have foam or some sort of sealant added to try to resolve this issue. I let her know that since then I had found out that we can actually get the parts. So now we're gonna go ahead and replace them and make her car nice and quiet for her road trip. I'm also gonna give her a courtesy check on her alternator because the light keeps popping up and something's going on over there. We're gonna go ahead and start with the courtesy check because that battery light is constant. And we need to see what's going on while it's giving us the issue. Since we got a battery light, we need a multimeter to see what our voltage is. Now, she did call me like a year ago and she was having an alternator issue up in New York and she had it replaced, so we can see there's a brand new alternator. She did also tell me they replaced this amount of wiring. So I'm thinking that's where our issue is. Before I touch anything, I want to check voltage here. 14, so that sounds like enough. So let me see if the light's still on. Light is still on, that is weird. So why do we have 15 volts but a battery light is on? Very weird. Let's check right here. Still 15 volts. Now, no battery light with it unplugged. That's interesting. Less voltage, so, and we're dropping. So now the alternator is not charging. Yeah, we're dropping. So if I plug it in, now we're charging, it looks like. I think it's something to do with this alternator wiring. Let's check this thing. This thing, we have 3 wires, so it's slightly different. There's been some variances on wiring, like 2 wire, 1 wire, 3 wire. So I'm gonna see what the wiring looks like under the tape. Also, look at this. They used 2 smaller gauges and just did 2 of them. Interesting. I have a feeling this wiring is sus. I'm just gonna see what all this wiring looks like under all this. So this fix doesn't actually look like the worst I've ever seen. We got heat shrink butt connectors. I didn't see any of this cut. The one thing I do notice is the terminal tension seems incredibly loose putting this plug on. So what I'm gonna do is take a pair of pliers and twist the spades. That way we have a hole like this and we'll have a spade like this so it will contact on the sides. We're gonna do that real quick, take it for a test drive, see if it changes anything, and then we will move on. Okay, which two was it? Right ones. Let's give it a little twisty. That's tight now. Okay, well, the battery light's off, so maybe it was one of those terminals being loose. Let's take it for a test drive. I also brought the scanner because initially when it flashed ABS and brake, that pointed me to wheel bearing or wheel speed sensor. But then when it threw the battery light in the combo, that's what pointed me to alternator. So, I don't know. We just got to drive this thing, see if it comes back. So far, nothing. Let's take it for a quick spin. I think that terminal tension was loose. And I think twisting those. So that is a trick if you guys didn't know it. If you ever have loose terminal tension and you're not in a spot to have a replacement pigtail, you just bend the spade connector, give it a little twist, and it will contact on the sides. All right, the alternator's fixed. We went on test drive, had no more issues. The cause was loose terminal tension. If you're ever in a pinch and you need to, you don't have a new pigtail, you can just twist the spade connectors and it will make it contact on the side. I will ask her if she has experienced what I experienced on the highway, and I will let her know my fix. That way, if she does run into an issue later down the road, she can have the shop replace that pigtail or the spade connectors if they want to repin it. Now let's move on to the window gussets, the point of this video. We want to go ahead and start with putting our front windows down. That one sounds good. It makes it a lot easier to insert them. Now, let's go ahead and remove the door panels. Door panel removal, super easy on these things. We're gonna start with up here, this trim piece. All you wanna do is grab it firmly with your fingers and pull straight backward. And these tabs pull out and release. Now, I've taken this screw out like 70 times, and you don't have to. What we gotta do is remove this outer trim ring. A flathead or a pick. So we just push like that and pull outward. And these can be a little challenging sometimes. Once we have it out, we kind of got to rotate up, do the same up here. Ow! And just like that, it comes out. I feel like I should have gone in depth more on these. They clamp over, so we need to expand the whole thing outward. So, outward like that. And I will transfer to up here and try to push outward. Sorry, you're good. And let me show you how they hook. See, they can be tough. So sometimes they take some work. Now, if we look at it, here are the tabs. There's two up top, two down below, one on the front. So we need to push down, pull that way, push forward, pull that way, push up, go that way. And that will get it off. The screw we do need to remove is in here. So a pick, pop up this thing, carefully, not to break it. And there's our Phillips. I believe it is a Phillips 3. That is a Phillips 2 I just used. Now we can pull out the cup holder. You don't want to push up. You will crack it right here. So we pull up just a little bit. Come here, pull up. Once again, up here, pull up. Nice and evenly. There's one more clip up front. And you really want to push gingerly to get this clip released, and there's nothing. So it's really just these two. Do not force stuff or it will break. This is plastic. Push nice and easy. Now disconnect the window wiring and the lock wiring. I use this just because it makes it easier than pushing really hard with your fingers. This one we push right here. Easy. That's all that holds the door panel on besides the plastic tabs. If we look here, right where this trim piece is, this is actually the best spot. You can push past it and get your fingers, get a firm grip, and then it's gonna be like one quick, sudden jerk. If you pull on it, you're more likely to break stuff. Just one quick jerk gets you there. Now we probably have a couple tabs up here. I can feel it right here. So I'm gonna grab this and give it a little jerk once again. Now the door panel will slide upward. That's how easy it is to pull the door panel. On to mirror. The mirror needs to come off as it's mounted to the gusset. So we need to get the wiring. The wiring is right here. Push in, pull up. There's the wiring. Impact, screwdriver. Try not to drop these screws. If you do, you need to pull this speaker out to be able to get to the screws. 3 screws. Oh, I just dropped one. Okay. We'll find that here in a minute. Now, just pull it. They're a little tight because this thing right here snaps into this rubber. Now we can move on to actually unbolting the door gusset. Look at the new part. So let's see what we got. And also, if you are curious, you can buy cheap Chinese ones of these for 65 bucks on Amazon. The reviews are terrible. Don't do it. Buy genuine parts. The genuine parts, you put them in once, they're good for 10 years. The cheap parts, you're gonna be doing all this labor again. Now with the part out, we can see we have a nut down here, a bolt here, and maybe 2 bolts. So wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. 3 bolts, 1 nut. Now let's look for them. One should be right through here. Peel that back. If your weather isn't as warm as mine is right now, you cut that with the razor blade, just nice and easy. Put tension on it, score it. There's one of our bolts back in there. Now we have one up here, one up there, and our nut is gonna be this nut right here. For the 2 up here, we will want to just pull this just like that. And oh, so I pulled it too far, and when you pull it too far, it pops out this clip right here that snaps in there. Just make sure not to drop it, not to lose it. We'll put that to the side, and now we can access all our hardware. Before we go any further, I want to find that screw that I dropped. If we look right in here, we can see it hanging. So I'm going to take my magnet and try to grab it so I don't have to pull the speaker. There it is. And on the bright side, we can destroy this gusset as we're replacing it. So if it's in your way, just bend it out of your way. Now, get your 10 mil and your impact. Start removing hardware. You should probably use a magnet so you don't drop these. Ooh-wee. Got it. This stud, this is going to be the one that we have to pay attention to, because we got to essentially grab the top of this and pull it. And you see, as I do that, it sinks that one in. So we'll do that. And then we will pull upward on this. And sometimes it doesn't go that smooth. The last one I did was harder to get out than this, but that's how easy it is to take this thing out. Now this lower stud, it is adjustable. If we do take a look at the threads in here, you can see it has Loctite on it or some sealant so that it doesn't move. I am no expert on this. I'm just telling you guys what I do. I don't adjust it. But if you do care, compare it to your old one. And to me, it looks about the same. And all the ones out of the box have been the same, so I haven't adjusted them. But you can adjust them. They are adjustable. We're not gonna worry about it and pop this thing in. Be very careful with it. And the reason we dropped our windows down in the first place is because now we don't have to wedge it around the window and work around the window. And if we just look at this, look at how much tighter it is. This thing's been getting its insides rearranged by that window for 20 years, so it's a little wore out. Now we'll slide our stud through, pop it like that. Got my stuff in line, so I will push it down and just watch for the stud to come through right here. And try not to bend any of this with your hands. Be gentle. I'm trying to put most of my pressure in here. Ow! And look at that. I got it in the wrong hole. And you know, sometimes that happens. So we want to take it out and put it in the right hole. And do not tighten anything. This goes for not just these. When you're putting an oil pan on, start all your bolts before tightening any of them. So I will start this. And what I like to do is try to line up the bolt marks. So you see where the marks were? I try to put it back there. Once again, for now, we will just over tighten that a little bit. But see, I try to put it back right where it was. That, of course, happens on the final tighten up, the final torquing. This one, it looks lined up right there. Now, if you're not good with your impact, do it by hand. Don't be raging on these impacts. So I will do my final torque by hand. I just tighten them with the impact. And all you need is a quarter drive. These things only torque to like 12, 14. Don't quote me on that. I don't know. Look up the spec. But it's not a high torque spec. Now, I almost forgot to tell you guys about the parts. I got these directly from my local Subaru dealership. I did befriend, well, I didn't befriend. I'm friends with the tech. He got me his discount. I get my own discount. He gets a better discount. So I don't know what price they're gonna tell you if you go in and get them. I've seen them on eBay. I don't know if I trust that they're not rip-off parts. I recommend getting them at your local dealership. Here's how much I paid for mine. Yo, you got the shit?
I got the goods.
Get in, brother.
What's up, dude?
What's up, man? How are you?
Not too bad. Dude, these would have been two. Okay, this isn't the accurate, like, updated
See,
price.
yeah, they always give me some weird list, but yeah, our list at least matches.
Yeah, I think that's the list price for, like, shop price.
Right, I pay $123 a pop, but you got
Okay,
me.
101.
That's better.
With no discount, they're $242.
$242 for both, yeah.
No, $242 each.
No way.
It's different on for
Wait,
list.
list O.
That's
because we have like shop accounts or whatever.
Yeah, this is for shop account, I think, or something like that, because they just updated our prices again. But yeah, $242 each.
Hell yeah.
Pre-tax.
So you saying like you need a little something? Anyway, thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
I'm happy to do this. I know how much these suck.
What do you mean? Oh, the whistling?
Yeah, this was the first thing I ever fixed on my Forester.
So I didn't know. I sold a bunch of these, and I just thought it was something you had to live with. So I'm actually one of my clients that I sold her a car. She's about to move to New York, so I'm doing this on her car
sick.
this weekend.
That's nice.
Words.
Sick, dude. Yeah, I know. This was the first thing I did. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are gonna pay a lot more unless what you gotta do is befriend a tech.
Befriend a tech that is friends with the parts guys. Because I don't think they give everyone the employee discount.
I have no clue, and it's like so weird. At Toyota, I'll go and I'm boys with one of the dudes, and I'll get stupid good prices.
Yeah.
Then I'll go with another dude, and it's like double the price for a ball joint, and I'm like, what the f? And then I just order them on Amazon.
Yeah, like when I moved to Oregon, and like when I came back before I started working there again, they still gave me my employee price.
What?
Even after I, when I lived here, but I didn't work there.
Yeah, well, because you're boys with them.
Yeah, exactly. But like, there was one of my coworkers who, like, before he even stopped working, they stopped giving him employee price. Like, he tried to go buy something, and he was like, "Why is this so expensive?" And he was like,
Dude,
"Oh, I thought you didn't work here anymore."
Jared hated quoting Mancha because Mancha would go and quote 30 parts and not buy anything. You know?
That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sick, dude.
Well, you want me to post a link to your Instagram or something?
Yeah, if you want to.
Do you want it?
Sure.
There's a bunch of weird people on the internet, bro.
That's true.
You don't want the weird. All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
I know. I've actually had like a couple just random people be like, "Hey, I saw you in Colin's YouTube video."
I know.
Just like totally.
That's why I was like, Okay, I'm gonna put him in another one.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
I'm getting another engine for my other one. Dude, you gotta listen
For that
to
one?
this. No, for the other third one.
In Colorado? You didn't pick it up yet?
I got it actually yesterday. It's a different silver.
Interesting.
This is the new one.
It's on Rex rims, huh?
Those were my old ones. The guy took $300 off if I brought my own wheels.
Oh, sick.
But listen to this.
Sounds like it has bent valves. Let me get that engine.
Okay, sure.
What are you gonna do? Just throw it away?
I don't know. I was gonna see. Well, I'm gonna get a new long block tomorrow down in Albuquerque.
Oh, for how much?
$350.
For a 2.5?
Apparently running. It's a
how many miles?
140. Yeah.
Throw that in there.
Kind of.
Let me get that one for $20.
Is off this Legacy.
Okay, it's old school. Does it have EGR?
This one does not.
Okay.
This one doesn't either, so I just deleted it.
Oh!
Because that's also a 251.
Wait. That Forester doesn't have EGR?
No, it has a 251 block and then the 253 intake. Just
I don't know what that means. All I know is, okay, does it have EGR on the intake?
yes.
It's blocked off.
Yes.
So that car did have EGR.
Yes.
So you
From the
should put
factory.
EGR back on, or else you're gonna have a check engine light.
My friend deleted it from the ECU.
Oh, he did. How?
He just deleted the code permanently.
How?
From that one.
He's a tuner.
Yeah.
Damn it.
He also deleted my PO420 code from that one.
Where's this tuner? I'm
in Albuquerque.
gonna need his phone number. Is this
His name.
Okay, he's not Cam.
No. No, he was like, I'm so glad I spent $200 to get this like tuning software, because then I never have to go back to Cam again.
Dude, what the? I didn't know you could just delete the EGR code. I've been drilling the heads, tapping them for pipe, running a pipe in it, and then cutting the EGR tube, the big thing, and then cutting that and welding them together to make it an EGR.
That's a pain in the ass.
It's actually not that bad. I can do it really quick.
Yeah, well, now if you've done it enough times, I bet.
If I could just tune out the EGR, God,
Yeah,
I wish someone had told me sooner.
Yeah, I mean, because when I got that car, it has a long block from 03, but like that was my deal with it. Was that guy was selling this one with the bad engine and then the other one with the bad transmission, and I was like, hey, I'll pay you $1,500, which is what he wanted for both. I was like, I'll pay you $1,500 if you swap the good engine into that one. And I just pick it up running and driving, and he was like, dude, that sounds good. So
and then you got the other one too?
No.
Okay.
I let him keep that one with the bad engine and bad trans, and he just or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one has. You can go look at it. It has EGR blocked off. I
don't care.
Actually, drain plugs, engine oil drain plugs, fit into the thread.
Yeah, I've done that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my friend just deleted the code out of the computer.
I wish
it took him like 20 minutes to do.
Everyone's been hitting me up today. It's been like
busy.
Well, this is what still look like a throttle body coolant line. Yeah, it's a. This is my buddy. Do you know Jesse Wells? I sold him a XT, a Outback XT.
I don't think so.
Well, he hung up on me. I'll call him later.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you for the parts.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. I'll see you later, bro.
All right, see ya. Have fun.
Thanks, man. Yo, just use universal coolant hose.
Universal coolant hose.
Yeah, they have it at AutoZone, O'Reilly's. Make sure it's rated for coolant though, because it has to be like hot and pressure. But yeah, it just can't be vacuum tube. Yeah, that's just your throttle body coolant line. And it should be like 5/16. And reuse those clamps if you can, because the constant pressure clamps are better than the hose clamps that loosen up over time.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, they were without taking off that whole top part of the engine.
Wait, what? Oh, you just popped the intercooler off, yeah?
Yeah, and then I had to pull like, I'm assuming it's air that goes through the intercooler, right? It's just air?
Yeah, just air.
So if I see fluid in my intercooler, is that bad?
Yeah, that means your turbo's pushing oil.
Yeah, so the port where my turbo is, there's like a ring of oil sitting.
I mean, so there's a normal amount of oil. Was it like dumping oil or not?
No, it's just like
whatever.
Just like wet with some oil.
Yeah, and I can't remember whether I threw an eBay turbo on that or if it was good. I think I just got that car with bent valves, so I think I just did head work.
Cool. Yeah.
So, but don't worry about it till it starts chooching oil, and then you're gonna want to pay attention. You'll hear like a whirling from your turbo going out, and you'll see massive amounts of smoke out your exhaust. And so when that happens, just you want to stop driving it as soon as possible, because all the metal from the turbo will go into your oil, and B, you will run out of oil because your engine will be throwing it all out the tailpipe.
I see.
But if it's not bad, you're always going to see a little bit of oil, but just be aware. You're going to need a turbo at some point.
Yeah, I kind of figured at some point that was going to come.
Yeah, every turboed car needs a turbo at some point.
Yeah, and you think that's a manageable thing without having to just blow it and do a whole engine swap?
Well, like I said, if you stop driving it when the turbo goes out, yes, it's fine. If you keep driving it with all that metal that it dumped in the oil pan, it will blow the engine.
It's just going to throw that through like the pistons and shit?
Well, through everything, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So,
Cool.
but unless you can send me a picture of how much oil you're seeing, but there's always a little bit. I wouldn't be too concerned. Let me know when we're going on that ski trip.
Yeah, definitely. Should be hopefully like early June. They just announced extending the season as of today, but they didn't say how far into June. They just said into June.
June.
So
I don't even know what month it is. Got it.
Yeah, I'm going to call some cat drivers that work up there and see if I can get more intel on that. But yeah, hopefully early June.
Okay, good shit, man. Well,
Works for you.
it will be my first day up this year. My only ski day.
Holy shit. Yeah, it's going to be pretty crazy.
All right, bro.
Sick, dude.
Call me if you need anything. Send me a picture of the oil.
Thanks. Yeah, appreciate it. We'll be in touch.
Jesus, everyone's hitting me up today. Rafa, what do we got? How much penis would I need to inhale for your work wheels? Interesting. It's not even bad. Got a little oil in there, and that ring he's talking about, that's normal for like a 180K car. That is a door gusset replaced, so now we just got to assemble everything, pop our plastic back on, get our mirror in, and once again, this thing will pop in here. And you'll feel it snap in. And just wiggle it a little bit, like around the circle, and it will pop in. It's tapered like this, so you want to like wedge one side in and then rotate around the whole circle, and it will expand and let you in. Let's see.
Sexual content advised.
Screw in the mirror. Once again, just start them before tightening them. And I'm barely pushing with impact. I know my impacts very well. This one I put a little bit of free Loctite on it, if you know what I mean. And this is for a tweeter. This car doesn't have tweeters, so we're good. Tuck it up out of the way. Pop this thing back in, make sure this tab clips in. This thing pops right in here. I'll actually go ahead and pull this out and put it in after. Now we can put the door panel back on. This is a great time to clean that because it never gets cleaned. I don't own this car, so it's clean. Before you snap the door panel on, make sure all your plastic tabs are in place and not destroyed. If they're kind of destroyed, just remove them if you don't have extras and send it without them, because I've seen where they're kind of destroyed and you try to pop them in and then they bend and make it worse, so it's better to run without them. But obviously replace them if you have them. The door, we want to hook it in here first, kind of like this. And drop it down. And drop it down just like that. So our top is hooked in. Now we make sure to slide it over here. Then we come and look at our tabs and start lining up our tabs. Once you make sure it's aligned, do it on a few of them. Once they're aligned, just tap them in. I'll do the same over here. Yo, block the sun for me, yeah? What is going on? Okay, there's a tab right in here. That one's being weird. Oh, no. What's happening is the door wiring is holding it out. So pull this door wiring up. There we go. Trim piece. Easy. Window. Switch. Handle thingy. Words. Plastic thing. Chinesium. Push straight down. Evenly. Pop our screw back in. Torque it to 700 pounds. And last up, our tweeter cover. This thing clips in right here. It doesn't really matter, but they make it like that because all of them are wired for tweeters. But if they didn't come with tweeters, it just clips in, keeps the wiring out of the way. Line up all of them. Push. And that is how easy it is to change that door gusset. That should make all the difference. We won't know till we take a test drive. So all we got left to do is to replace this one. Also, if this plastic thing is off, you can pop it back in. Ours has rip down here. So what I'm gonna do is take a little super glue and just hit the edges. Just like that, just like that. Make sure to get it all over your thumb. Pop it in. I will let that cure. Then once it's cured, I will pop it over this tab. Now that it has dried, we don't want to pull on this side. We want to pull on this side. So what I will do is get that side through first and pull over it and release. Boom, that's fixed. So her door panel has also seen better days. We're gonna see if we can make that better. Oops, I made that a little more scratch, but it's okay. We gotta get behind here. And see, that's where it goes right there. It broke. I'm gonna just get it through and then put a bunch of super glue on it. And that's gonna be the extent of what we can do. That's through. Oh, what could we glue in here for rigidity? I could not find any JB welds, so we have metal tape. All I could say is it's probably better than it was, which was broken. A little super glue. Is this thing out? There we go. Little 2 dots. Bam! Let's put it back in. When I was talking about broken tabs, this is what I meant. You can tell. Actually, I think it might be okay, but this thing's broken, so we'll just hit a little glue on it. Bend it to where it should be. Let that thing dry. Now I'm gonna add a piece of blue tape for structure or something. So right in the super glue, wrap it around, and that will be part of the structure now. Now this tab is not bad, but we just want to not put it on that messed up part. Just like that. Boom, fixed. Let's put this door panel on. The foam tape I was talking about, this is what I did a couple years back. We wedged it behind the seal. I'm gonna just leave it, but that is not the correct way to fix it. The correct way is to replace the door gussets. Look how tight this thing is against the window. It's time for us to run it up, see how it looks. Looks good. These things flex nice around it, seal it up. All that's left is a test drive and delivering it. Let's go. And in case you are wondering, I did go ahead and tape up all of these. Much better than they were, I might add, and we are currently running an idle relearn. The shop that taped that up did a real crappy job, but I made sure it's good now. We decided to eat dinner before. Let's see how I did on the cook. Damn, overcooked it. That's what happens when you do an idle relearn. You're cooking rice and you're cooking steak at the same time. Not a chef. Yeah, that's a little better.
Wow.
Better give some to the gut though. Oh.
Come here, kitty.
Go on. Go get some food. What are you looking at? Go get some steak. You like it, Gato? Oh yeah. Some good steak. Well, we are on the test drive and we can hear a little something rattling in the back, but we can't hear any wind noise. And that's good because we are doing the speed limit. And they are dead silent. So all in all, that's a job well done. She's gonna be so happy driving this thing 2,200 miles. And I'm putting this car through its paces right now, so making sure it's ready for the trip. I don't know if anybody just saw the Dave's Auto video where they fixed that Titan Duramax. And the pigtail connectors had loose tension, and I guess it's a Duramax problem as well. Shout out to Caden for knowing that one. That's good info. But that's essentially the issue we ran through on this. And part of me is thinking her alternator didn't actually go out. I think that was the whole issue. And you have shops that don't know what things to look for. I could just feel it disconnecting that green connector. There was no tension on it. It just flew right off. You could tell it wasn't doing a damn thing. Anyway, I'm glad that we were able to do all this thing before her trip, because the last thing I would want is a call from her saying she's somewhere in the Midwest with her car broken down. I have a quick question about the lights. We were getting an ABS, a brake light, and a battery light. Were you experiencing that?
Yes, and I meant to text you and tell you about that. It was very irresponsible of me, I'm sorry.
So we think we found the issue. There was some terminals loose. Oh no, you looked at the alternator that you had replaced in New York?
Yeah.
And that green connector, the terminals had no tension on them. So what we did is we twisted them a little to make them contact better.
Oh, that's great.
And we, on the way back, we got no lights. So I think we resolved that, which I'm very happy about.
Okay, I actually composed the text message to you, and then I was like, wait, he already knows that because he's been driving the car.
Well, I didn't know that, but I found out on the highway. I was like, uh-oh, I think the car's dying on us. So we were able to...
That's awesome. Thanks for doing that, because, well, I thought maybe it needed a new fuse box or something, because several people have messed with that trying to fix it.
Several shops, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And that's
they
the
all
thing.
Failed.
Yep. That happens.
They're like, you can just leave it. It's fine. I was like, well, how am I going to know if there's actually a problem?
I thought the alternator was going out, so I checked it, and we were getting good voltage, but then I started playing with disconnecting stuff, and then I pinpointed it to that connector at some point. Okay. Anyway, I'm glad we got that fixed.
Me too. Sorry, the sun's in my eyes.
You're good. It's much quieter on the highway, so...
Oh, that's awesome.
You should be happy on your drive.
Yeah, I can't wait to drive it, really.
Yeah.
Because it was loud and I couldn't really listen to music properly.
Yeah.
I couldn't talk on the phone.
Exactly. Like, even on the way out there, we were... It's way better. You're going to love it.
Cool.
And we tried fixing it with that foam tape, but I didn't know that Subaru offered the gussets, so we were able to get those. And my buddy, he hooked you up with his shop discount, so...
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that.
Well, he's a tech. So, that's another happy customer. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time. I got a lamp as a thank you. I'm stoked. And it makes it annoying to even listen to music. Oh, it's my brother. My brother. brother's ruining my video. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Dude.